presentation about expanding circle and outer circle. We have four members, and I will start with the definition of the outer circle and expanding circle. So, in the context of English language usage, the outer circle refers to countries where English is not the native language, but it's play a significant role or important role, like such as education and government. Typically, these countries have a history of British colonialism. So the example of this country is India, Nigeria, and Singapore. The next is expanding circle. So the expanding circle is refers to a group of countries where English is primarily used as a foreign language for international communication, meaning it is not a native language because they have their own language, such as China, Korea, and Japan. But they learn to interact with speakers for other countries, or different from outer circle. They in expanding circle they didn't have history of British colonialism.
I will explain about general information of the number expanding circle and outer. First, Indonesian English as expanding circle. Definition: the expanding circle includes country where English is learned as a foreign language and not used as a primary means of communication. English serves as tool for international communication, education, and business, but does not have historical for governmental truths in the country. Indonesian context, English is not official language and thus is a foreign language. Most Indonesians use Bahasa Indonesia as the lingua franca, with hundreds of local languages also in use. English is widely taught in school and universities, but proficiency level vary. Estimates suggest around 10 until 15% of the population may have some knowledge of English. However, fluent speakers are significantly farewell to Malaysian English as outer circle. Definition: the outer circle includes countries where English is an important or second language due to historical colonial ties. English often functions alongside local language in education, government, and business. Malaysia context, English has colonial legacy from British rule and remains widely spoken. It is a key medium of instruction in higher education and is used in business, governmental, and legal contexts. Malaysian English includes local linguistic influence. Estimates suggest around 50 until 60% of population are proficient in English. Top level vary between urban and rural areas.
The next one is the characteristic of Indonesian English and Malaysian English can be seen in several key aspects such as the vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, and local language influence. Here are some of the most notable differences between the two. First, vocabulary. Indonesian English tends to be more influenced by Indonesian, so some words or experience may be taken directly from Indonesian or adapted to Indonesian style. For example, fast track or empty. The use of the word toilets from WC or restroom is more common in Indonesian, while restroom more commonly in Malaysian. Malaysian English has many words derived from Malay or other local language such as Tamil or Hokkien. For example, lah, a particle used to emphasize a sentence, or makan for eat. Some words that are common in Malaysian, such as aircon for air conditioner or lorong for alley, are not so frequently used in Indonesia. Formality. Indonesian English is more formal and often structured in academic or professional settings. It reflects Indonesian culture, which is more conservative in language use. Malaysian English tend to be more relaxed and less rigid. Even in formal contexts, many circles in Malaysia use local expression even in official situations. Overall, Indonesian English is closer to standard English with influence from Indonesian, while Malaysian English is heavily influenced by Malay and various ethnic language and often uses unique local expressions. These two variants of English reflected the rich culture and multiculturalism of each country.
I will explain about example of the variation between Indonesian English and Malaysian English. The first is phonological variation. Indonesian pronunciation tends to follow Indonesian spelling. For example, thing may be pronunciation as ting, dropping the t sound like t. Thing. In Malaysian, pronunciation is influenced by Malay phonetic, like tree is often pronunciation as tree, like that. And the next is lexical variation. In Indonesian, boarding house is kos, and course is to private lesson or training centers. And then in Malaysia is hostel, used for asrama or kos, and tuition is used for extra classes or private lesson. And then next is grammatical variation. Indonesian often follows Indonesian sentence patterns, which might lead to grammatical incorrect of awkward English sentence. For example, I am confused how to do it. And in Malay, sentence often integrates Malay grammar into English, like why you never tell me lah, with lah for the emphasis. And the last is spelling and vocabulary difference. Indonesian follow American English standard like color, analyze. Malaysian follow British English standard like color, analyze. And the conclusion is, while both Indonesian English and Malaysian English share similarities, the variation arise from cultural, linguistic, and historical influence. This difference highlight the unique evolution of English in each country. Okay, next I will explain about the future of English in Indonesia and Malaysia. It's closely tied to regional and global competitive as member of ASEAN, where English is official working language, but country recognizes its value for regional and international collaboration. This is especially relevant for professional and student aiming to work or to study abroad. And then challenge to cultural identity in both nations. That is a concern that spreads English called official language, local language, and cultural in Indonesia. The government embeds strong Bahasa Indonesia to national unity and identity. And then in Malaysia, while English is widely used, Bahasa Melayu is protected as a national language, and the favoring English often faces cultural resistance. And the last is, both countries, while likely continue to embrace multilingualism, balancing the use of English, national language, Bahasa Indonesia, and Bahasa Melayu, and local dialect. This multilingual approach ensures that English complement rather than replace local linguistic identities. Okay, so this is our presentation, and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.